If the bill is passed more or less as it is presented, I think it's going to be a change in dynamics because, of course, we'll see an industry which was self-regulated before, regulated either by the clubs themselves, the Premier League itself, and also the Football Association. Now it will be regulated by an external body that it will take some of the decisions out of the hands of the players in the industry. And then also it will be able to dictate standards in governance, standards in management. So hopefully what this bill will manage is to increase the quality of the management, especially the financial management of football in the United Kingdom, in England especially. And also hopefully what it will do is it will provide some more control or power or accountability, if we want to call it like that, to the football fans, who are also a big part of that bill, because they will have now more power in the or more say in the governance of the football clubs. Well, in general, I think we can say that yes, English football does need a regulator. It depends of which side of which part of the pyramid, how high, how low you go into the pyramid. Of course, we've seen that the numbers of insolvencies, episodes of insolvency, are quite high as we go low in the pyramid. So that's, for example, the Championship at League One, League Two, and there are of course far and few between. If we go up to the pyramid, there was only one case of insolvency in the Premier League that was Portsmouth some time ago. But now we are seeing, of course, how clubs in the Premier League are unable to abide by their league's own sustainability rules. So overall, I think it is fair to say that English football has a problem of financial management. The standards of management are not very good. I will just put as an example the very recent decision of the Premier League on the case of Nottingham Forest, which, despite of the merits of the case itself, I'm not going to discuss the decision itself. But in the decision, I was quite surprised to see that, for example, Nottingham Forest does not keep minutes of its board meetings, and that's a very simple managerial thing that we teach any students doing management, sport management, which seem not to be done at a quite a high level of this football industry. So that's just only an example. That's just only an example that it seems quite clear to me that the levels of management, of financial management in the football industry has not been good for quite some time, and also that the industry itself has been unable, although they have tried. We have to give credit to the Football League. We have to give credit also to the Premier League to a certain extent. They've tried to increase, to improve the management standards, the financial management of football, but it really hasn't really come very well. And on the other hand, I still will refer to that other side of the equation, which is that despite a lot of debate, the industry itself has not managed to give more voice to the supporters, as it's been required for quite some time, since really the installment or the beginning of supporters direct, for example, during the Tony Blair government. So I think there are a number of areas in which the management of football in England was certainly not up to scratch, and there was probably a need for a shake-up. We need to understand that this regulator comes for many reasons, but there is going to be always be probably a couple of issues, that three issues probably, in which they will have to decide, which are very political, which I actually don't think are really the meat of the regulator, but they will grab the headlines. One is, of course, approving future owners of football clubs. They will now have to approve those with the fit and proper person test. Second, of course, will be the financial settlement between the top of the football, the Premier League, and the rest of the pyramid. And again, I don't think that's really the real meat of this regulator, but they will be in charge of that. And that is a hugely political decisions that will probably dominate the headlines. Whereas perhaps if the regulator then makes a lot of success in improving the accounting standards of the clubs or the fan representation in boards, that will be sidelined. So I think there is a risk that the big political decisions may actually highlight the actual good decisions the regulator can do. So there are certainly a lot of challenges for this regulator. And on the other hand, I think there are opportunities. If the proposals that were put forward by the commission who proposed this regulator after the fan-led review are really enshrined into law, I think there are very good opportunities for increased fan representation. I also think there are very good opportunities to bring modern management, accounting, financing standards to the football industry, which in many cases are lacking. So certainly it all will be on how this is implemented.